Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on Modded Minecraft. And I've done a major session of recording different things. Um, Hopefully in between when I do actual recordings, I should be able to get a bunch more work done. This will be getting moved at some point. But while we're here, let's go ahead and harvest. I do like one of the things that I've really enjoyed with Pam's is being able to right click to harvest stuff. But that's not actually what today's episode is. After we get done with this, I will take you guys over to what is actually for today. That way. Swap that up because it's going to be a while before that gets to. Anywho. Now, at some point, I'm not entirely sure if the basic machines will be able to keep up with it for ore processing, but I thought today we could lay it out. Basically, all the machines go in pairs in between the netherrack here, and it's just where I laid it out. But we need a pulverizer and a furnace. For now, the basic machines will do. If we can place it in the right spot. Oh, it's been placed so it doesn't want to go into the stack. But basically, one full dense cable worth of machines usually is enough to keep up. Especially at the resonant level, you'll basically have them kick on and off constantly. I have no idea if the basic machines will keep up or not. I think I already said that. I didn't want to remove that. Yet. It will be getting removed, just not right now. Alright, now. We should have plenty of room for laying things out. Nope. It was placed in the world, so therefore you can't use it. Or it won't stack, rather. You can use it, it just won't stack. Now, that works. Okay, so we're going to be inputting into the pulverizer from the right side and then exiting it out to the left into this furnace, which then exits out into the right. And where this netherrack and this netherrack is where there's going to be some smart cables and the import buses and export buses. But in addition to all of that, you need to export the cinnabar, otherwise it will go ahead and plug up the system. That's one of the things that I figured out. I know I didn't do it in videos anywhere, but I did actually figure it out when I finished recording for the previous season. So, yeah. Orange and yellow, because yellow is the bottom slot only. Orange does both. Red's top slot only. Yellow is bottom slot only. One of the other things you need to do with this, let's get this one set up, and then I'll go and show you one of the other things. There's a burst. Something else you're gonna need if you do a system like this is you're gonna need a bunch of item filters. Yep, I-10. The basic one should be fine. I don't believe we have any hoppers. But basically what this does is, and we're out of paper. Great. We're not out of paper. How do we run out of paper? We have Sugar King for days. There we go, that's better. That should be more than plenty. But basically when you set up an item filter, let's see if I can go find the one that I have over here. But basically you're going to want it to be configured like this. It'll be a conduit which leads into a chest somewhere else. And that is because all 32 channels are going to be used up by the machines just for the regular processing. And so what I do is I run an item conduit out of the extra port, and then I put the item filter with the cinnabar, and if it's in whitelist mode, it will only pull that item if it ever is in the slots. So right here, I actually have it configured. If there's ever cinnabar in this slot, which, given the way that this is running right now, that's never going to happen. But when I originally set it up, it did. If there's cinnabar in this slot, it will pull it. It'll push it out to whichever slot is available that it can go into. And since cinnabar cannot go into a redstone furnace, it'll pull it automatically. So, just so you guys know how I'm gonna have this all set up. Hang on one minute. Emergency mute. You can only go for. Have I been configuring it for the backside or the bottom? Bottom. Okay. Good. Underneath, you're not going to actually be able to see any of it. In there. Out there whenever possible. If not, send it over there. La 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 la. Like so. At the minute, since we actually have no cinnabar, I can't actually set the filters up, but I am proud to say I did find a use for it. This part take a minute. Not the red one, the yellow one. Hey, come back here. Blue. We want it to be blue. If you're wondering what I'm doing to clear it, basically shift left click in the middle. And that clears all of the interface. I think that's what's called. Yeah, the framework. We're almost done with this part. Alright. Now I don't have enough I/O ports for this, but I do have enough. There should be enough cable for this. The dense cables and smart cable. I think there's enough for this. Nom, 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 nom. Alright, and then we run this. Actually, technically, I suppose that could be a smart cable since it's only going to have 2 channels. There's a wrench around here somewhere. Aw. Not quite enough. Well, we should be able to make more. Cable. Aw. It always starts with the facades. I didn't want the facades. I want the actual cables. Thank you. And this some dense cable. I believe the smart cable is basically the same thing. Yep. That should be plenty. Go look in our bag, and there's probably tons of it in here. No, interesting. I must have used it all when I was doing the Ender IO dense cables. This end does need to have that because that is where our peer-to-peer tunnel goes. One of the things this season, which I've not done before, is I was thinking that it might not be a bad idea to try using those peer-to-peer tunnels, just to try and neaten up the cabling. Also, it lets me do things like breaking all of our scaffolding blocks. And now, actually, it lets us go ahead and use the Ender IO conduits, and then we can send a whole bunch of channels to wherever. And there, and there, and there, and there, and across there. Perfect. And then underneath is where all of the conduits we're going to run. And the advantage of it being like this is I can run everything off of this Tesseract, and I can have both the power and the AE system going over here through the same Ender IO conduit. So, yeah. We also have the item conduits, which we're going to need for, in order to pull all the cinnabar out. But while we're at it, we're going to put that, and we don't have enough of that. So, yeah. Gonna do it. I do not believe we have enough. No. No, we don't. Great. In this version, I know that in the 1.10.2 versions, it lets you use the previous tier to craft the next tier, but for this, we're not so lucky. Let's see, do we have any energetic alloy left? Nope. Well, time for some slow stuff. Oh, temporarily, I think we're going to disable that. Disable it from there. Oh yeah, chest full of stuff above. Forgot about that. But we're gonna need to make more of that, and yeah. Let's see, put stuff away. We might as well put that away for now. Put that away for now. Gold. Glowstone. Red. Stone. And ender pearls. Yeah, that's, I don't think we're gonna be able to get to that this episode. No. And of course, that is still waiting because we're low on ender pearls now. Well, that's good to know. But yeah, this should give you an idea. I suppose we could do a little bit of the prep work for the digging. Kinda need it to go this way anyways for me to walk. Whoops, too far. Don't technically need to go that far with it. Since nothing is set to suck touch right now, we're not going to have any grass plots. But basically the idea is that the power runs along here. And then we're also able to put item conduits from here and over. Yeah, I hate it when it does that. I don't know why it does that. It just randomly plops it 90 degrees to where you were aiming. Like so. And then I believe that this one goes all the way across. Yeah. You need to connect there. And then like at one of these ends. You know what? What if we put it over at the other end? There'll be an ender chest, which we should be able to make. I believe we have everything we need to make one. Or 3 and stuff like that. Let's see. Diamond? Yeah. We might have 1 or 2. The Ender Quarry has been going for a while, so yeah. But basically, plop that there. And if we're going to run it that way, we might as well put that there. Insert. That's going to be an insert as well. And then we're going to need the item filters, which we actually happen to have conveniently put back in our AA system where we were just in our ME system where we just were. Yep. And that's about right. And there's no cinnabar in here, is there? No. So there we pull it straight out. Let's see. Gold ore. Well, you have the idea here. Get that here. Item filter. Item filter. Item filter. Item filter. Item filter. Not. I have no idea what it's clicking on when it does that. And then, when we run the main trunk over here, we can feed the power alongside the trunk. There is by default an RF peer-to-peer tunnel. I actually went into the configs, and as time has gone on, I've been editing the configuration, just because some things are kind of silly for us to have. For example, in Chisel, there's aluminum blocks, but in the actual, in our version of the mod pack here, nothing uses those. Do I only have 2 alloy smelters? This should smelt in here. But anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this episode, and it looks like we're out of time. So anyways, back to finishing it here. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, then please do subscribe for more episodes, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.